Hi, I'm James Grumman, and this is my TED Talk. I'm doing this actually from my studio, which is really actually a living room, but that's okay because I chose a very nice location in my living room to do this from. My TED Talk speaker is Peter Molyneux, Molyneux. His thesis statement was basically he talks about a piece of software called Natel and a gamer, I guess you would call it gamer video game. I'm not sure if you want to call it video game or a software device, depending on which side of the argument you're on, but for argument's sake, we'll call it a game. His first words are, when I saw a new piece of technology called Kinect, originally called Natel, it inspired me, and I thought for a moment, maybe it is possible to address the one problem of storytelling, to create a character which seemed alive, which noticed me, looked me in the eyes, and felt real. What he's stating here is pretty much that he wanted to create a artificial intelligence that could interact with both me and someone else, mainly with the player in general, and to have it talk back and to hear your voice and to respond to both voice and tone, bringing in a whole new software to computers as is. Now, for those of you that don't know what the Kinect is, it's for the Xbox 360, and back, I think, in 2009, they released a demo called Project Natal, which the trailer viewed as Milo. This was about, I want to say, 5 to 10 minutes of a trailer. I haven't really viewed all of it, but I saw it myself, and I thought, wow, this is great. Well, what Peter did was he brought this new technology back to life after viewing that many people online wanted to see it. That's enough about the background. Peter uses a very powerful speaking voice, even with his accent, to capture the audience's attention by using hand gestures like I'm using to emphasize on words in the beginning and to show Milo both the demo and the new device for the Xbox 360 to show the new Milo. Now, Peter goes on to use a second person to display the game's features by describing what and what not the player can do in itself. He talks about how you can interact with Milo and why you're there in general. He displays the game very visually by having a screen in the back kind of tilted like you would have a screen in a classroom for, say, showing a movie. His visuals he uses to display what he is discussing to not stray away from what he's talking about. Let me explain. He talks while the game is on low but still playing. As he continues to talk, he stops and gives instructions to the player, or the second person, what he is basically to what to do and to explain better what he's talking about. The audience watches him speak, then focuses on what he is talking about. When the game is playing, he then continues to talk as the game is playing on. He also has okay body language. I wouldn't do this myself because I'm more of I have to move, I have to keep the focus on me. But he sways from side to side kind of like this with his body, just kind of keeps it moving. I believe Peter follows the second TED commandment best. He really believes in the project. He talks about how the project was in the works, and I'm quoting here, hidden in the dusty vaults of Microsoft, the crude attempts, and the actual camera device itself. Basically a failed project, pretty much. He pulls the product from the lonely bin of failures and believes that it can open up a whole new interactive computer or AI that seems to be a large step in computer tech. Now, the last part, I'm not going to lie, was revised and basically what he was really trying to say. But that's mainly his goal. I would give Peter a 4 on basically saying that he is not an okay, he was a good speaker presenter, but he wasn't a 5 out of 5. He didn't have the right body language I would use. He used hand gestures, that was fine. His visuals were spot on, and the simple fact of him talking right about the subject was just fine. What I have an issue with was he didn't move very much, more than just swaying, and that can be really boring. I find it myself when I'm talking, I have to move because it not only draws your attention towards me, but it draws your focus on what I'm talking about. Now, Peter does a great job with his visuals. He keeps it going, and he only stops to give the player instructions on what to do to better explain what he's talking about. He uses powerful hand gestures like I'm using now with my left hand. I have to look in the camera, that's sad. Hand gestures to basically represent emphasis on his words. For question number 6, I really don't have an answer to because I would have to say no. I would actually have to go and further research this if he did or didn't. But for right now, I'm going to have to say no, he didn't. But he might. Who knows? But no. I've learned that a great emphasis on what you want your audience to remember, like his key words and his key new ideas from this product, can really help motivate you. I left this video wanting to actually create my own device, pretty much wanting to go out, buy the Kinect, have it sit with my Xbox 360 if I had one, and play with the interactive AI myself, kind of help them out. But it also gave me a new idea, which is what I was trying to explain before, which is imagine having your computer talk back to you, opening a program. And we're almost there with the new program, Dragon, but this is just, I'm not going to go too much in detail with that. Pretty much, it made me want to do something bad. It actually made me want to go find a new way to have computers interact with us, like everyday thing. Like if I wanted my computer to turn on, all I'd have to say is computer on. And if I want a deeper conversation with it, which I don't know why you would want that, but who knows, maybe there are some people who get lonely enough to talk to their computers. Not that that's wrong. I want my fellow colleagues to view this TED Talk and see how much closer we are from iRobot-like computers, and watch more as he speaks to the audience, how he emphasizes on words, uses his hands to describe what he's talking about, his key visuals as far as having them focus on what's going on in the back, and uses the game to his advantage by having the player go through certain features of it and really get more in detail with what he's talking about. With that being said, I think this TED Talk speaker was a pretty great one. I wouldn't say the perfect or the best, but he was pretty good. I really got something out of this, and I hope many of you did as well. If you're viewing this from my class, I want to say thank you for taking your time. I also would like to thank my professor for viewing this and grading it, of course. And I hope everyone has a good day. Hopefully, I'll have this up in the next 3 days.